Hello, good day and welcome to Barbecue Elevated. So today I'm going to be smoking some prime rib. Got it right here, just doing this for Easter this year. I'm going to do this on the Franklin offset that I've got outside. I've done it before on the Franklin and it turned out really well. I've also done one on my PitBoss. Didn't really like it as well on the PitBoss. There just wasn't as much smoky flavor. Kind of felt like doing it on the PitBoss really wasn't a whole lot different than doing it in an oven or on like a slow cooker. Inside, like an inside slow cooker, almost like a big crock pot. So what I decided to do is I was just going to do it on the Franklin again. Last time that I did it on the Franklin, what I did is I ended up, not only did I smoke it on the Franklin, but I also seared it on the Franklin, which took a whole lot of wood to be able to do that. Getting it up that high in temperature definitely was not an easy thing to do. Took a lot of time, but it also took just a ton of wood. I just remember when I did that, I was like, yeah, this seems like a really great idea. But then, I just wanted to see if it was going to work. It did work, but again, it just took a lot of wood, a lot of time. So what I'm going to do this time is actually just smoke it on the Franklin, and then after it's been smoked, I will then use the PitBoss to sear it and see how that goes, because I actually like the searing on the PitBoss. What I've done with this is I did actually dry brine it, so if you can see like a lot of the salt on it, but it also kind of makes his meat a little bit stiff when you dry brine. So definitely have that going on with it as well. But dry brining, started it yesterday, let it sit in the fridge. Got the salt in it. And what dry brining is going to do to it is just let that salt get down into the meat and make it so that it's got just that savory flavor all throughout, as opposed to just being on the crust. It's just something I like to do with prime rib and steaks like this. It's just the dry brine and pork loin especially works really well with. So that's what we've done here today. What I've used for my rub is just coarse ground black pepper and kosher salt. That's all. Mustard for the binder. Got it all seasoned up and ready to go. So what I'm going to try to do is get this thing to like a mid-rare type of a mid-rare to medium temp range. And then what I'll do is, once it's there, pull it out, and once the PitBoss is ready to go and warmed up, we'll throw it in there for the searing. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this started, get it out there on the Franklin, and get it going. I expect this is going to take about 6 to 7 hours, possibly even 8 hours. That's kind of what I'm planning on. But we'll see how it goes and just kind of keep y'all posted throughout the process. All right, it's been about 2 to 2.5 hours since we put this thing on the smoker on the Franklin. It's getting some nice coloring so far, like in the way that it's looking. Come along really well. Now what I did is I put the fat cap on top to try to protect the meat, and then this little section right here is like a section of fat that goes all the way across. So put that up front. Really just trying to protect the meat as much as I can and block any additional flame or unnecessary heat onto the meat with the fat. If anything, I want the fat to burn over the meat. It really shouldn't burn at all. It's pretty far away from the firebox, but still, I just like to kind of keep it that way. Again, just taking this thing till it's somewhere in the 130 degree range as far as the internal temp goes. And then once it's done there, then we'll pull it off and throw it on the PitBoss. So one last check on the prime rib before we throw it into the PitBoss that I have over here. PitBoss is sitting right over there. So as soon as this thing is a little bit higher up on temp, we're going on about 4.5 hours now that it's been in the Franklin. So about another half hour or so, it should be ready to go. Fat's starting to peel back on it. It's looking really nice. It's got a nice bark to it. I know it's prime rib, but it's still going to build flavor, still be really good. In any case, just kind of coming along. I'm getting really close to being right there in that temp range of about 130 that I want it to be at. Then we'll go ahead and pull it off and sear it. All right, there it is. It looks amazing. Gonna go ahead and just hit it real quick with some cider vinegar. And then we're gonna move it over to the PitBoss that's been warming up. It's all pre-temped and as high as it can go. See how this goes. I'm gonna probably put it so that the fat part is more towards the firebox, which is right there. This is the hotter side of my PitBoss, so I think it'll get a better sear there. Gonna go ahead and just close it. Now we'll just wait, about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I may rotate it around so that it can sear the other side more evenly. But yeah, about 2 minutes. I mean, it's set to about 130 degrees internal temp right now, which is actually more like 135, which is like the mid-rare range that I wanted to be at. Anyways, gonna let it sear. Once it's done, we'll pull it out and check it out. It's been 2 minutes, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just flip it around. Got my fire gloves on. So I did, about halfway through, I did pull the rod to open up the sear box, the firebox on it just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a flame. So I'm gonna let it sit in there for about 1 more minute now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and call it good. Timer just went off. It's been in there for the extra minute since I flipped it around. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it off and let this thing rest. There we go. There we have it. The fat kind of put back in. That seems to happen every time I smoke it, but whatever. Anyways, looking like it's going to be okay. Gonna let it, like I said, let it rest, and then we'll start slicing this thing and see how it turned out. Got the prime rib done. Gonna go ahead and start slicing it up and see what it looks like. So just gonna do a quick taste test. Don't want to do the whole video of me slicing this thing, but if the end piece is going to be good, then the rest of it should be good also. By my calculations, if I'm just doing knife width slices, I should have just enough for all the people I need this for. So, but there they are. They're looking pretty good so far to this point. Even got like a little bit of a nice little smoke ring right there. So can't be upset about that. I'm gonna slice into this one here. Got some good coloring to it. Definitely is not overdone. Let's see what this one here looks like. Yeah, can't be too upset about that. You can kind of see the bleeding coming through. Yeah, I'm happy with this. It's looking pretty good. Got some oxidation going on with it, so definitely kind of slows things down, but good looking meat. Let's slice into this end piece here. I'm really excited to get closer to the middle of this thing, but I want to just taste it. Get to the point. The way I see it, the end piece is the most well done. If it tastes good and it came out well, then the rest of it should be good. Yeah, definitely tastes good. I like that a lot. I've said it before, it tastes like a baby that was made by a brisket and a steak or a ribeye. Just met up one day, hooked up and made a baby. That's what that bite just tasted like. Oh yeah, so now we're getting into more of the rare, mid-rare, medium slices for sure. So we get closer to the middle, which of course is to be expected, right? It's really hard to make those end pieces not be well done. I don't know. Maybe some people can figure it out, but I haven't been able to. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the way that it's turned out. And that one piece tasted really well. I'm really kind of excited just to finish cutting this thing and get going with eating this thing up. Anyways, until next time, we'll catch you later.